Welcome everybody to the Single and Stilettos Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima and I'm a matchmaker and dating coach at Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I'm also the founder of Single and Stilettos. Today we have in our show David Steele, and he's a marriage and family therapist and relationship coach and founder of the Relationship Coaching Institute. And I'm so excited to have him here today because today he's talking about, is it really possible to find love after 40? But before we jump into it, David, I would love for you to tell our audience a little bit about you.
Well, hi, Suzanne. Thanks so much for having me. Well, I'm a marriage and family therapist, and I fell in love with coaching in 1996 when it emerged as a profession. And, you know, I'm passionate about relationships, and I really wanted to find the love of my life, and I was struggling to do that. And so coaching is a profession that is, you know, we help people get what they really want in their life as opposed to fixing problems. So I founded Relationship Coaching Institute, which is the first and largest relationship coach training organization.
Awesome. Well, let's talk about, is it really possible to find love after 40? And, you know, this could be after 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I want to know 3 ways it is possible to find love after 40.
Well, I finally found my soulmate after 50, you know. Well, actually at 50, you know. I'm 58. We've been together for 8 years. So, yes. Of course, there's lots of things that get in the way. So let's talk about, you know, how to find love after 50. You know, especially women, tend to get in their own way because, you know, later in life, you know, the men start dying off. There's fewer of them. You start feeling less attractive. You start feeling less desire. It's like, well, you know, I'm fine without a relationship. And a lot of women really are fine without a relationship. Mm-hmm. And so there's not that hunger or need or desire anymore. But it is absolutely possible to find love after 50. One of the interesting things about this is if you ever worry about, well, there's a lot of competition, you know, because the men in my age bracket, you know, they all want younger women, or, you know, there's fewer of them. Mm-hmm. One of the interesting things is that fortune favors the brave. Fortune favors the woman who's going out there and wants it and goes for it. And all these women that are settling and deciding, oh, too late for me, oh, I'm too old, oh, it's never going to happen for me, or, you know, all the good ones are taken, or whatever, you know, they're at home on their couch, or they're in their sewing circles, you know, with commiserating with the other women. So if you're a woman that really wants to find love after 50, guess what? Go for it, because you will have very little competition.
Well, and also it's about taking yourself outside, like we've talked about, is taking yourself outside your comfort zone. Because I see a lot of people as they get older, and I mean any age, as anyone gets older, they get set in their ways and they don't like to be taken out of their comfort zone. So if you really want to meet the right man and find love after 40, 50, 60, whatever it is, you have to be taken out of your comfort zone and do things a little bit differently, right?
Yeah, great point. Now let's talk about that, because, you know, we are wired for survival. We're wired for comfort, and it feels good and secure and comfortable to be in that comfort zone. And why would we possibly want to leave? Well, the reason is you stay in it too long, it gets boring, it gets suffocating, we eventually become unhappy. So we need both, right? We need adventure, we need to take a few risks, we need to get out there, and we need comfort. So we need to have both. So when it comes to dating and finding love after 40, take a risk and get out there, and certainly stay within your comfort zone, but not all the time.
Right. So what are some ways a woman can get out there and find love?
Well, you know, we've had this conversation before that what a lot of singles resist the idea of is being happy and successful being single. That if you're happy with your life, you're happy with who you are, then the law of attraction will help you. Like attracts like. Who wants to be with a miserable person? Who wants to be with a whiner? Who wants to be with a victim? Who wants to be with a doubter who say, oh, it's not really going to happen? No, you have to believe, and you have to, live the life that you really want while you're single, and put yourself out there and connect with people, including men, that you're attracted to. And yeah, it feels risky, but if this is your way of being and you're loving your life, it's not going to be hard. So the whole thing about comfort zone is it's suffocating if your needs aren't being met. So we have to find ways to get our needs met inside our comfort zone and outside our comfort zone. And so, as an example, it's scary to do it all by yourself. So how about a wingman or a woman? Okay? Mm-hmm. So that is a way of taking care of yourself and getting support and getting your needs met outside of your comfort zone. Right. So there's many ways to do it. You don't have to stay home on your couch and give up and say, oh, it's never going to happen to me.
Right. And that's a good point, because if you just sit on your couch, it's definitely never going to happen. That's a guarantee, actually. Yeah. But also I want to point out some statement that I hear a lot of women say is they'll say, I'm fine on my own. I don't need a man, or I don't need a man to support me, which is probably true. But do you think, David, that statement actually will repel in attracting any man to you? And I don't mean saying that to a man. I mean just having that belief or thought in your head.
There's needs and there's wants. Mm-hmm. And if you believe that you don't need a man to be happy, then I applaud you. You don't need a man to be happy. You can and should be happy on your own. However, you want a man in your life. You want a soulmate, a life partner, a significant other, whatever you call them, however you think of them. Mm-hmm. There is a dream that you have for your life, whatever that looks like. And is that dream you all by yourself? If so, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. So your dream includes growing old with the love of your life. If it does, then don't give up on that. But don't do it out of need and desperation. That's going to sabotage you. Do it out of want. You're doing it because you're happy, you're successful, you're fulfilled, and you want more. And that is the part of the human condition that I love. It's like we're little kids. We're in a candy shop. And, oh, wow, there's so much wonderful stuff here. I want more. I want it all. And it's so sad when we become adults and we say, oh, I've had enough. It's over for me. I'm just going to sit here on my couch. It's a valid choice, though. It is totally valid. But if you're not happy with that choice, you don't have to be living in that reality. You can go after your dream. When you are 40, when you are 50, when you are 60, when you are 70. And you can achieve your dreams. You absolutely can. And this is, as coaches, this is where we live. And you make dreams reality. And, I did not ever dream that I would be where I am, that I have the relationship that I do. I've always wanted it. I've always fantasized about it. But it never seemed real to me. It never seemed possible. And it took me 50 years to get to the point where I could finally accept it and finally seek it and finally make it happen. And, it's better late than never. But really, you have to want it. There's a difference between need and want. If you don't need it, congratulations.
I love how you put it about the needing and the wanting it. It is very true. Because it's true. If you really want it, you will find it. And it's never too late. Because my parents live in an assisted living home, and I saw people there find love at 70 and 80. And you can find it. You just have to want to find it.
Yeah.
Well, these have been some great tips. So, David, tell our audience how they can find you.
Well, if you want more information about me and conscious dating, I wrote a book called Conscious Dating, How to Find the Love of Your Life and the Life That You Love. Go to consciousdating.com.
Great. Well, thanks everybody for joining us on the Single and Stiletto Show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you'd like to view the videos, you can go to singleandstilettos.com. If you'd like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. And if you would like to get our free ebook on the 3 secrets guaranteed to attract any man based on scientific research, you can click right here on the video, or you can go to singleandstilettos.com.